What is going on, Nissan Nation? From all things Nissan here in Middle Tennessee, in my studios, wherever you're watching around the globe. This is your Nissan Nation. I'm your host, David Boyd. What is going on? Oh, sorry. I got my, I got something playing there in the background. Sorry. Anyways, it's Z night, guys. A to Z, as Nissan like to say. And I love all the comments so far, man. Like, Z is interesting for us. Like, there's a lot of car videos we can do, and they just don't do anything versus reviews, which is why you don't see many reviews on this channel right now of cars, because nobody cares about but two cars that Nissan produces: the Z and GTR, and my hound dog barking in the background. He loves them both. But oh, hound dog is barking. But anyway, so I wanted to get into Z because we got Z coming up, and let's see who all is in here. We got Frank B, we got William, we got Jay, we got ATX Trent, we got Joe Taylor, moderator extraordinaire Joe Taylor. Who else we got? We got Joe. We got young Andrew. Intern Andrew's in the house. It's been a while, Intern Andrew. Who else we got? We got Kelly. We got a cast of a few, but we only have 7, and you know why that is? Because I haven't shared this thing out yet. So let me get, you know the drill. I'm gonna have to. I was trying to do this earlier, and sometimes without Danny, it makes it a little difficult to do these things because Danny can distract you guys. But anyway, so I gotta. Oh, dude, thank you so much, young Andrew. You are awesome as always, guys. Once again, the super chats do a lot for this channel, so I do appreciate those greatly. And young Andrew says he wants to fund more Z talk, and with what you see on the screen tonight, we're gonna. I think Nissan's gonna talk some Z's, man. Let me once again, I gotta share this to a Z community, at least one, right? Because, and if there's a Z community out there you like, guys, I will be straightforward with you guys, and you guys in some parts probably know the Z way better than I do. The closest I've owned to a Z is a G35, almost identical, almost. Yeah, you know, there's a couple things, that 4-seater problem, but I had a kid, I had to put her in something, and anyways, but I do plan on actually owning a Z soon. But once again, let me I gotta find all these places to do these things. But I apologize. Let's see. Nissan. I've got there's my Z1 group. And let's talk Z. Alright, so we got a few viewers in here. Only 8 of you right now. What is going on? Other than I guess me not sharing this thing properly to our core audience. Hopefully your guys' week has done well. Hopefully. I've seen in some of my friends up in Wyoming and area, they're already getting snow. It seems like Colorado right now is either fires or snow. There's no in between. It's 100 million degrees or it's below freezing. I don't know what 2020, guys, is like that right now. It's just freaking nuts. And let's see. Let's talk. Man, I feel like talking to you guys. All right, one more group, promise, and then you got my full attention. I promise, guys. I apologize for this. Here we go. Last one. All right, we're done. I think, maybe. Anyways, good enough. Good enough. It's Friday, guys. I'm pumped to be here. All this Z talk going around right now, guys, like, I don't know if you guys are paying any attention to any of the forums out there or any of the Facebook or social media groups you're in, any of the pages. Like, Nissan, this is the excitement Nissan has needed, and they've, to me, in my opinion, they've like, I won't say they've hit a home run yet, because other than I feel like they revealed too much of the car in that first teaser. I think they're gonna have the good publicity they finally need. I'm curious to be y'all's opinion on this in a little bit, but Nissan, we all know they have needed some good publicity, like crazy, like something fierce. And right now within the mainstream press, as I like to call them, they're an easy target to pick on. And I've already seen people trying to nitpick this Z. Like, nobody's seen anything. It's all speculation at this point, other than the fact that manual transmission you see right in front of you was given away 2 days ago, a day ago. People are Kelly, thank you so much for that, man. You were too kind. And there's no question, Kelly, there's no question attached to that. Anyways, Kelly, if you've got a question, I'm going to get right to it. But Nissan needs, you guys have been on these live chats, man. Nissan needs a home run badly. And I was told about a year ago, there was a couple things. I was discussing the Frontier picture we had with another journalist, and he was like, dude, you're on a gold mine. He's like, there's 3 things that is a home run right now that needs for Nissan talk. GTR, the next GTR, which I have some thoughts about that coming up. Frontier, which I know you guys love talking Frontier, and Z. Like, those are the 3 things people care about to talk about Nissan. Innovative things like Aria right now. Aria, they released it in June. I got a lot of views on Aria. I'm not gonna lie. Like, there was more interest in Aria than I thought there would be, and I'm super interested in Aria because I love EV tech, even though I'm not 100% on top of everything. EV tech's like, it's like building a PC anymore, man. I just go buy them. I don't want to build the things, and then it went real quick. Like, people they threw it out. Nissan said for us in the United States, you're not going to get it till around June, July of next year. So, okay, there's not a lot more to cover about that right now. Other than that, it's a cool car. Nissan's Rogue. Like, I really dig the Rogue. I like the last Rogue. I didn't like Generation 1 Rogue. It was too just kind of ugly to me. I thought this previous generation Rogue was a great looking car. They sold a ton of it. The new Rogue's out, but as far as Nissan talks, there's not a lot of interest in that. The kind of interest is in Rogue is if I can get one, review it, and I can get a few thousand views on it real quick, and then it's dead. And that's all these YouTube channels you see. They'll all do it for a quick 60 to 100,000 views on these major channels, and then it moves on. But Z is the kind of talk that is going to stick around for a while because there's so much speculation going on with Z right now. Like, and is it going to be called the 400Z? Is it going to be called the 300Z? Everybody thinks they know what engine's going to be in that Z, but do you really know what engine's going to be in that? There was all this speculation talk of, Nissan's going to put a CVT in the Z. You're like, and I'm scratching my head on that one going, at no point is Nissan putting a CVT in one of their flagship cars like this, a sports car. And I see Z guys talking about this, and it trips me out to no end. I'm like, is Nissan that, like, I know for, the CVT, we've talked about this to beat a dead horse, but the CVT has brought them such bad publicity that people just assume they're just going to dump this thing in anything. And I was so happy when this latest trailer came out and it showed the manual transmission, because they hinted at it before. You seen a hand go on it, and I told our audience a few months ago that it would get a manual transmission. Now, what kind of manual transmission? Because I've heard rumors that it could get a 7-speed transmission. If you look at that stick shift right there, you see 1 up, 2 down, 3 up, 4 down, 5 up, 6 down, and there's almost a 7 spot there. Now, is there? I don't know. And it's hard to, if you look in the background, you can see like the little shift pattern there as well. There is definitely room for more spots. And I've heard some rumors of other brands trying to tinker with the 7-speed manual transmission. Is it too much? Now, in my Juke, which we're not comparing the Juke to a Z by any means, but same transmission basically. It's just geared slightly different. 6 speeds in my Juke is not enough. I was driving it today, first time I've drove it in a week. I was in 6th gear, 80 mile an hour, and it was about 3,400 RPMs. Like on the highway, it needs a 7-speed. Now, in my G35 that had the 6-speed manual, I felt like it was geared right for the 6. I never thought first in that car was like not enough. Second was not enough. I thought that it was perfectly balanced in my G35. The shifting aspect of it, every gear seemed to, the torque was just right. I never went wanting, but in my Juke, definitely either the 6th gear wasn't geared right or it just needed a 7. So let me get through y'all's, see what y'all's initials want to talk on this thing, and see where we are at. Let's see. I got everybody. Wesley, what's going on, man? Let's see who else do we got here. Any new names popping in here? Herman, what's going on, man? Let's see. Car Jeep in the house with $2.99 super chat. Thank you, sir. No, that's a sticker. I apologize. But thank you for that, Car Jeep. Let's see. Miso Honey. I love that name. Welcome to the show. So let's get in here. Guys, load your questions up because I'm going to go through. I've got my notes. And Frank, once again, there's oh, look at this. Look at this special delivery, guys. Sid, come here. My daughter just made me a special. This is not by any means product placement. Well, it's placement, but thank you for that, Sid. Thank you.
I went in on your live stream, so I was like, I'm trying to quiet.
I appreciate that. We'll set that down there. But load your questions up because I have notes. And Frank, once again, it's in here, Frank. Frank, I promise you. And this is for our other channel, All Terrain Nation, guys. If you like SUV and truck talk, go to All Terrain Nation and give us a like, give us a sub. Frank, I still have you there, dude. It's still F-150 talk. I promise we might get to it tomorrow. Or it might just be that thing where I just keep bumping F-150 talk just because it's kind of fun. But, so let me get into y'all's speculations real quick. First off, let's start right now. Do you guys think that they're going to continue the 3.7? Do they bump it up? You know, displacement is everything. Or do we really get that 3.0 twin turbo? What I want to see your comments about what do you think we're going to get in this car. I think everybody's pretty sure it's going to be that 3-liter, but does that do anything for you? You know, the Infiniti Redline that they do, yes, it's a 400 horsepower twin turbo, but there's some shortcomings to that car. The turbo, they've had a little bit of turbo issues in that car, and the turbos are just slightly too small for that car. But Agent Hutchins in the house. We got, look at this. We got Z1 in the house, and I'm wearing Z1 materials tonight, guys. Look at that. Like, wrong arm. Wait, guys, I love this. Where's it at? God, even drink. I love this logo, guys. And once again, not paid endorsement by any means, but we got royalty in the house. What is up, young Spencer? But to get to the question, guys, I want to know what you think, or what would you prefer? Let's just go right to the motors. Let's see. Has anybody commented? 18 people here and only 7 likes. Thank you, Joe Taylor, moderator extraordinaire. Guys, once again, go over to Nissan's community page. Joe will pop his official name up in here. Instagram, I like what Joe's doing over there, and Joe's following some very cool people. And if you're curious, I'm drinking out of intern Andrew's glass he sent me, and it is a nice Frontier bourbon tonight. If you're curious, I will say while you're loading up your questions on or your comments about that 300. So you guys know we're monetized. We make a little bit of money on these shows, which just goes into our kitty to help fund things me and Danny need to do. By no means is this a get-rich scheme by any means. Like, I wish I could live on what this channel makes, but it doesn't. It doesn't pay the bills right now. And oh gosh, sorry, some comment just distracted me. Where was it? Oh, thank you, Car Jeep. My little daughter is cute, man. She's a handful by any. If you guys have met me, you know I'm a handful, and she's like 20 times worse than me. Let's see. Kelly says, I think we're going to get the base 3-liter with maybe a turbo option. I think it better be if it's a single turbo, it better be a good single turbo option. We all know that Nissan loves to recycle. Like, if there's a green award for recycling automotive parts, Nissan would, like, out of any manufacturer I know, Nissan would win that hands down. Their carbon credits would be running over. Their cup runneth over with carbon credits if it was based on reusing parts. Now, in the Z community, that is an awesome thing because that 3.5 liter engine that was in the 350Z, granted, it was a little slightly different than what their base Ultima got, but there's a lot of things that coincide that like Nissan just loves interchanging things. And the way Cadillac is for GM, they've tried to make Infinity like that for Nissan, even though I've bitched many times that I feel like Infinity is not needed in the Nissan brand anymore. It does nothing but suck the life out of anything fun. And so they wanted to do the Redline 400 horsepower engine, twin turbo engine, and they put it in the Infinity. Now, the Infinity, at least I will say this, at least it looks a little different compared to the way they've stuck the 370Z. Like 370, which I think is a beautiful looking car, they just didn't do much for it, man. And at least Infinity's gotten a few updates, but can't say that for Nissan. And I feel like that's a shortcoming of Infinity kind of sucking some of the fun out of the Nissan brand a little bit. But might get this recycled 3 liter. Let's see. ATX Trent says, I think only a 3 liter turbo and maybe a 3.8 or 3.5. I don't know on that, Trent. Nissan's not been super. If you look at their engine options, the last Frontier got a 4-cylinder only because they needed it for fuel mileage, and they thought people would buy that just for a kind of a company vehicle. Nissan's not known to want to offer a lot of options. Even Altima, they got the little 4-cylinder turbo now. They've cut back a lot of the options across the board. Let's see. Young Andrew says, Frontier Bourbon, nice. Thank you, sir. Let's see. Yeah, there you go, Joe Taylor. Nissan _community_ news. And always, dude, you do me a justice by keeping these guys in line that I will give you a shout out anytime. Angel, what is up? I can't say SoCal. Is it Mid-Cal, Angel? I can't remember. Angel Hutchings had to join this, and because if you guys don't know, not a paid endorsement, Z1 is like, out of anywhere to go if you need Z parts, like Z1 is the place. And back in February, I believe it was, Spencer, I did a tour of the place, and it was freaking amazing. And I can't wait to get the Juke down there if I can ever get it on the schedule. Let's see. But if you're a Z guy, go to Z1, and I'm sure you already do because they are the end-all be-all for Z parts. Let's see. Miso Honey says he thinks it's a 3 liter turbo. So I'm seeing a lot of just turbos. Do you guys not think it's going to get a twin turbo? I don't know why you would downgrade from just the twin turbo that the Redline's getting to a single turbo, unless there's some breakthrough in engine tech that I don't know about. And Spencer there would know better than anybody because they've built some fun things with that. Guys, they have a Z. They got a 370Z. The one you've seen in the intro of this video when we're drifting around a little bit in it. What's up, Wesley? But they kind of broke the code on putting a 3 liter in a Z already and a manual transmission, and that car is so much fun to ride in. Guys, if you ever get a chance to ride in one of those cars, it's so much fun, and that car is surprisingly torquey. And I did a video on the Z1 experience, and I think me and Spencer talk about it a little bit while we're riding around that car, of how torquey that car is, and obviously Z1's bumped the power rating up in that vehicle, and they're using it for aftermarket research, but there's a lot of potential with this. But let's see. Joe Taylor says a twin turbo for sure. Wesley's congratulating Z1 on their expansion. Yes, if you don't know, Z1 is expanding. It's really cool. They do a bunch of cool videos on it too. Looks like you're on the moonshine already. Let's see. I would like to see bigger horsepower. So let's get into this motor a little bit. So, guys, once again, I preface this by saying I am not the end-all be-all of Z knowledge. You give me trucks and I'll know pretty good, but cars I'm okay on. Let's see. So the Redline 3 liter twin turbo, the Q60, because I don't want to go in the Q50 because I don't think it's comparable. I mean, the motor's comparable, but as far as like Z to Q60. So right now, the retail of a Q60 is $57,150. Now, the current, where is it at? There it is. Current MSRP on the their 3.7 liter 370Z is $30,090. That's for base. And the red line, you can say it's a base, but it's going to be a little bit plush. So if we're already talking, we're going to put that 3-liter twin turbo engine in there. Do y'all think the next Z, obviously they never go down in price. Do you see that car, like, where do you all see it starting out? But so the Redline Sport is 400 horsepower and it is 350 foot-pounds of torque. Now that torque is great if you compare it to the current, and my numbers may be off on this because my research was showing up, I think it was mixing the Nismo with the regular HR. So 270 foot-pounds of torque in the regular engine. Now that's quite a bit difference. 350 and 270, you're almost 100 foot-pounds of torque difference. But I don't think Nissan can just dump this 3-liter engine in the car and keep it the same. Now, we're especially here in America, Bubba knows horsepower. That's why they love American horsepower, the big vintage cars. That's why they love those, man. You give him a 450 and he knows that that's a big block V8. So none of these guys, his history shows they want more horsepower. Now, let's see. I was breaking this down to a little bit of the BMW Supra. And Supra right now, guys, is killing either car. Just in the 0-60 times. Let's see. In my opinion, well, I don't want to get in my opinion just yet. So the BMW Supra right now, 0-60 is 3.8 seconds. Where are we at? Man, I need my glasses tonight. The Z right now is at a 4.7 seconds. So it's almost a second. We might as well say it's a second faster than the current Z. Nissan's going to have to crack the code and make this little 3-liter twin turbo. I almost feel like it needs to be 3.5. And let's see, quarter times. The Z right now has a top speed of 155 miles an hour, though I bet our buddies at Z1 can crack that code and make them faster. Or was it? I feel so unprepared here on this. All right, quarter mile of the Z, the best I could find was 14.7 at 109 miles an hour. The BMW Supra right now, 12.3 at 113 miles an hour. So if we look at moving that Infinity Tech into this new Z, it's already slower. So we know Nissan's got to bump the horsepower up. And Spencer, I'd be curious what you think, but I think 410, 420. And I know that's dangerously getting close into GTR range, base range, but they're going to have to improve these numbers because they're going to go, well, we have a manual transmission, but Supra's going to go, I still outrun you. So right there. Now let's get into the Infinity has no manual option at all because Infinity is a luxury brand. They figure those guys, they want paddle shifting. They don't care about manual transmissions. But real guys that want to take these cars to the track, you want to connect to the car. You want to feel it. You want to shift things. Now, if it were to get a dual clutch automatic transmission, we're different. Yeah, you can't shift as fast as that. But I think the Z's place in the world of cars is definitely a car that you can go take to a road Atlanta or wherever you want to, do some track times. You feel like you are speed, but you're learning on how to drive cars. It's supposed to be a car for everyday people, which jumps me back to where do you guys think that this car is going to start? Because if the current Z is at 30,090, 35,000, do you think? And then it jumps. I can see this car getting close to 60,000, maybe 65,000 with maybe a Nismo edition. But let me get to some of your questions real quick and your comments because I know I'm kind of speeding through some of this. Let's see. Where are we at here? So I'm seeing 3-liter turbo. Where are we at? Herman says that 3-liter twin turbo is nice. and that the community is growing. Yes, and that's the thing too with that engine is once places like Z1 or whoever else monkeys with them, they're going to crack these codes for these things and make it very swappable. The Maxima 2, yes. Where were you talking about that, young Andrew? Probably missed that comment. Spencer says he's feeling attacked over there. I don't know why you would feel attacked. Let's see. I don't see anything on you being attacked, buddy. Kelly's asking for the new Z cost. Say that 5 times fast. Brian says it'd be cool if the next generation Pathfinder also got a Pro 4X trim. That would be cool. Let's see. Kelly's thinking it will go on up. The price will be in the upper 38s. I don't know. I am curious about that. Kelly's also saying a Nismo in the 50s. You're close to that now. I want to say, what, 47, somewhere in there, up a little more. Frank B is like, this is like the Price is Right. He's calling out an exact number, 36,548. Frank calling the shots on that one. Let's see. Car Jeep says, will the new Z be able to compete with the Mustang GT? That's a good question, man. I used to say those audiences were so different. Mustang guy was kind of more pure horsepower, and import guy was more performance and finesse. But Ford's really came around on that, and they're really pushing the envelope, with kind of blending that import feel to their cars. Let's see. Joe Taylor says under 40. I'm betting a super chat on it. Joe, we all know you don't know what the super chat button is, buddy. But cheers to you cheers for you anyways. Let's see what else we got here. Would love to see it. Agent Hutchins says I would love to see it way less. Spencer, what is a weight on one of these stock right now? Do you guys have over at Z1 have an idea of what just a base Z is weighing? And that does get into Nissan's been playing with the carbon tech. It came out last week as well, or 2 weeks ago maybe, that they've learned to manufacture carbon fiber a lot cheaper and faster, which obviously the GTR benefits from. Carbon fiber could be a way, instead of going to aluminum on a lot of things, that it's definitely stronger, and should cost a lot less than aluminum when it comes down to it. Let's see what else we got here. I was feeling attacked earlier about the Z. No, not at all. Like Spencer, the Z, it's the topic for another show, but the Z, like all the other rest of Nissan's lineups, gotten lost because all they cared about was, we need production, we need high volume sales, and so cars like the Z get left out because they're not going to be ever a high volume sale car. Now I believe Nissan's milking every bit of that FM platform money that they can get out of it, and I'd be curious too, is this new Z, which I think it is, still built on the same platform? Does that mean also that for aftermarket, does that mean that, they'll always tweak something, but does that mean there's a lot of similarities and it's good for Z owners? Let's see. Angel says, unless Mustangs are going to start going straight, I think the Z will win. Yes, crowd control. Yes. Let's see. I feel like I'm missing. I can see that. 50K for Nismo is Joe Taylor's predictions. I don't know, guys. I think BMW Supra has proven that you can get a lot of money out of these cars now, and they need to make a lot of money because they're not selling, cars in general just aren't selling as many. Let's see. Current Z vary a bit. Mine stripped down 2,800 range, 34. Yeah, definitely. But do they get carbon tech in this next Z though? That's the thing. Why would Nissan start talking about how they can cheaply manufacture? They've got a new process for this, and it's around the same time as the Z. Does that mean the next Z is going to get some carbon tech? I would be very curious about that. Let's see what else we got here. The VC Turbo is nice, but it was not built for pure performance. No, sadly, the VC Turbo could be something fun and make the Ultima community like something, but I don't know about it. Danny's he loves that VC tech, man. I'm still a little iffy on that. Would like to see a rear-wheel drive 4-cylinder. Well, okay, so the BMW Supra, they've got a new 4-cylinder out. Does Nissan try to compete with that as well? You know, at one time, you remember, I don't know if you guys remember or not, it's been probably 5-6 years ago, Nissan was bragging about how they built a 4-cylinder that you could pick up. Now, does some of that tech start in their sports cars? Does that start blending in? I don't know. Maybe. Let's see. The QX60. Yes, I did see that, and it's launching. What I think, Joe, that the Infiniti QX60 is launching the week after, in 2 weeks, maybe. I can't remember. I've got the date in my phone. Let's see. I would like to see a rear-wheel drive 4-cylinder. I got to that one. My 4-cylinder, my Juke is peppy, you know, but it wouldn't excite me unless, I don't know. I'm not big on smaller engines though. I'm kind of that old school nature. Like, I want more displacement. I want more liters. I think the 3 liters in this potential for this is great. And Nissan's already proven that they can get 400 horsepower out of that engine, but is that thing maxed out? IDX is dead, yes. Sadly. The IDX is dead. But that would have been where the 4-cylinder tech would have went. Omar, I think they dropped the IDX concept after the Z. Well, they've already dropped the IDX concept 5 years ago. And the guy that was the spearhead of that, he's on his 3rd company, I think, now. He's moved company to company. Let's see. No replacement for displacement. That is correct, in my opinion. Now, you know, imports know how to, companies know how to fix that. Look at Audi, man. Audi's got some great 4-cylinder, you know, little 2.0 turbo they've got. Great engine. But anyways, let's get to this. So the QX60 versus the 370Z, they both top out at 155. I'm pretty sure that's just because Nissan, they limit that. The QX60 with this Redline edition is hitting 4.5 seconds, so it's already 0.2 faster than the current Z. What else we got here? Once again, 350 foot-pounds of torque versus the Z's 270. That, you feel that difference. You definitely feel that difference. This car, there's so much riding on this car, and it's a lot like, you know, we talk Frontier. This car has to be a home run for Nissan. And if these numbers fall short, and we already know that they're reusing a lot of the tech from Infiniti. People anymore aren't dumb to that stuff. You know, 10, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, you could get away with just moving tech down your brand. Now anymore, you expect your sports cars to be state of the art, which is part of the reason why Toyota went with BMW to build the Supra. Like, they had that tech down. Now Toyota had a hand in it. Like, BMW sent them the car. Toyota said, we're going to tweak these things. They tweaked a few things, but Toyota didn't want to spend the money to develop a brand new platform. That's part of why I think that this car stays on the FM platform, and why that we get some hand-me-down stuff like this engine. What else can we expect? I think that definitely they're going with that heritage look to the car, but at the end of the day, from what I've seen of people trying to fuzz out the last image where it was a dark image and you could kind of lighten it up and kind of get a good idea of the car, it still has a lot of 370Z to it, even though the taillights and stuff will be different. But let's do that. Let's get into this. So, bam. All right, this is official from Nissan. We're reawakening the power of the Z with the new Z Proto, combining 50 years of passion and heritage with a modern... did I cut something off there? I don't know. With modern technology. Please join us, NissanNext.com, for the Z Proto digital reveal on Tuesday, September 15th, 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. And that is because Nissan is here in Middle Tennessee. We work on Standard Time. I've reached out to Nissan for some stuff on this, and I've still not made many friends over there, so I'm working for you guys. I promise you that. But let's do this. So let's look at what kind of we've seen the shifter. So we've seen this. We've seen the shifter. What's your opinion on that? It's a good looking. I mean, you know, that is important. Shifters are important to when you get in a car, your hand wants to go right to it. There's an important connection to that. And I like the look of that. I like the kind of blacked out look to it, though I'm sure production you won't get that glossy blacked out look. But let's jump into this. And bam. And bam. All right. Let's see, chatters. We're gonna have to make you just a little bit smaller because you're in my way. Sorry. Technology, get me. There we go. All right. So we got a good glimpse of the headlights and taillights in this thing. Now, the taillights are, I don't know if you could combine the taillights into from 260Z all the way into 300ZX. There's a little something there for everybody, I think. I think when you look at the picture that we had of here, I've got it somewhere. Nope. Where's it at? I'm somewhat prepared for this. Taillights. I think I took it out of there for the front cover. But the kind of drawing that Alfonso did of the taillights, it's very retro. I don't know. I almost feel like the taillights might be a little. Just looking at this picture that Nissan showed us, I don't know that the taillights match the headlights. The look of it, is it too? Is the headlights of this thing that we know right now? Is it too modern looking? You know, with a hint of 280Z, and the taillights are just something doesn't front to back doesn't fit. I like both of them independently, but I will be curious when they show this reveal car of how do they connect together, because the cars overall, I don't think that Nissan's going to flub up a sports car. I think GTR under even Ghosn's reign proved that they know how to build, you know, sports cars still and impress us. I do hold my reserves about the taillights versus headlights right now, but I'm going to wait to see the whole thing because I still like the idea of the Z, and I like the idea that it's going retro. Now, I will say this, did Nissan go a little too late with retro? Is this laziness on their part of design? Pretty easy to copy what you've done in the past. Look at Ford and GM with the Camaros. God, could they? I think Ford, GM, and Dodge, all of them, you know, they all at the same time went retro. And in my opinion, I think the was it Challenger, I believe it is, it looks the best out of all the retro cars in my opinion, that it captured the look. Nissan's definitely going to capture that 280 look to this, but is it a little too late? Has that trend sort of died out? Because you do see like the Camaros starting to go more modern in the front end. Ford obviously with the Mustangs really modern that thing up. But what's your opinion on these headlights and taillights right now? Let's see. Joe Taylor says it is a good looking shifter. Omar, it's like, I like it. It's a 7-speed, so he thinks it's going to be a 7-speed transmission. Young intern Andrew, do you think it'll be a 7-speed? I'm curious. Let's see. I think they need to get closer to the 1,000 mark they had with the 350Z. Must be sales question there. The early Zs were hitting 3K a month, and now we're lucky to sell 300 a month. I think it's down, Andrew. I think it's almost in the 190 range the last I looked. And I haven't paid attention to Nissan numbers in a while because they've went to quarterly numbers, and it just kind of got boring to me to look at those. The side profile will tie them all together, and I do believe you're right, Trent. I think it's going to all tie together, but when you just look at them separately like this, they just look so different. Let's see, the taillights might be Charger-like, and I think you're correct here. Let me see if I can't do this real quick. And I'm learning this, guys. I'm learning this. Bam. All right, so we got to make this a little smaller. I apologize. Let's put that over there. I feel like I'm building blocks here. We're building a Nissan community together, guys. That's what we're doing. One bad image here at a time. All right. Here we go. Here we go. So let's you see the taillights, now you see this. How do y'all think that's gonna merge together? Do y'all think that those it worked in the 280Zs. These are definitely kind of reminiscent of that. Will they have some weird light bar? Like the trend right now is to have some weird light bar across the backs of these things. Will it all be in the red, kind of the red LED fashion? From there, it looks like we might actually kind of get an old school bumper, kind of. Even though that's kind of out of fashion. Obviously, you can tell, look at the hips of this thing. Look at the shoulders of this car there above the wheel there in that yellow picture. They definitely they're going to have it have a profile and above the wheel well there. And look at Infiniti. Infiniti does the same thing right now. They've got, I'm going to assume it's for downforce a little bit. You want the air kind of pushing down those wheels. But I think in this, the way Alfonso is drawing this, that it's definitely going to show that car, with some wide hips there, as you would say. And does it get the old school hatch too? Is it going to have this big long hatch? And my number one thing about this car, if the hood does not open up in reverse like the old 270s, 280s, or 260, 280s, I'm going to be bummed out. I don't know about you guys, but if that hood does not open up backwards, exposing that whole engine, I'm kind of going to be disappointed. If we're going to go this retro, let me know what you guys think in the comments there. What else? I had a couple more things I wanted to hit on. In my opinion, the car does need to brake 4 seconds. I think that's a given with the way, like I said, with the BMW hitting 3.8. Horsepower, in my opinion, that car needs 410, 420. It's gotta be better than, and I don't have the horsepower of the Supra right now, but it's gotta be way better than what Supra is doing. It just has to be. Now, Supra fanboy is gonna go, yeah, we're still getting the straight six and all these fun kind of the heritage things. You're gonna put a V6 in this thing? I don't care about that. Nissan took their straight sixes is about as far as they could take them, so I don't care about that. Once again, the quarter mile on that BMW is 2.3 seconds. 113 miles per hour. This car better be close to that. If not, your mainstream journalists are going to rip this car to shreds. They will. They'll go straight to the Nissan's garbage thing. Nissan's old. They don't have any money. You'll hear the same thing over and over and over that Nissan's dead. And I've talked to these guys privately, man, and they love shitting on Nissan. They do. They love it. And that's why I'm between this and the Frontier. I stress that these cars have to be a home run for Nissan. Have to be. If they're not a home run, it's looking bad. It is, because Nissan need somebody to talk about the Z for the next year. So obviously the Z we're going to see it in a couple days. And I think. And there's a few people from Nissan that watch these things. I think they could tell us better, and they're not going to. But I think you see this car by late summer next year. I've seen too many people. I think it was Motor One, Motor One is the biggest BSers there are in this. They're get good information. Don't get me wrong, but they love to speculate and not tell people they're speculating. And they were like 2023. Then it's going to be later 2023. And I'm like, when Nissan starts showing cars, it's damn close. I've told you guys in the past, when you would start seeing Nissan Frontier mule trucks, it's going to be revealed soon. And that truck will be out early spring next year. Book it. I'll owe Joe Taylor a super chat. I'll buy my own super chat for Joe Taylor if I'm wrong on that. But I think this car, you see it, and this is pure speculation. It's no insider info, that you see this car by August, September of next year. As a 2022, and maybe you can get into November at the latest, but this car has to come out. Nissan they have too much old stuff out there, and I've said this, and I was told this by somebody at Nissan. All those cars that you've seen in that first teaser trailer were 18 months from now till 18 months, which puts that about, I would say, what, in January? Not this coming January, but at latest January of 2021 or 2022 at latest for the Z. When do you guys think? There's a few questions in here. Yes, in that same article they said it wouldn't be unveiled until 2022, and then I think that Z car guide. I think it was like a couple days later is when Nissan revealed the teases of it. Let's see. Right now, sorry, I'm playing catch up here. Joe Taylor likes the look of it. Guns and in the wind. Side profile. Let's see. I need to see it with the rest. I agree. I do want to see it. I think we have seen this car. Let me see if I can pull this up real quick. Once again, I'm doing this on the fly. I try to prepare a few things, but let's see. Where are you at? I know I had you loaded up, ready to go at one point. If not, we'll add a source. Once again, guys, here, we'll throw this up for the moment because I do like this. I do like this. All right, I love this throwback. This throwback to the 280Zs and the 260 and 280s. I love that they're doing that. I don't know that the younger generation will appreciate that Z badge as much as I do, but I do like that they put the Z on the kind of the rear quarter panel there. Let's see. Once again, I am doing this on the fly, so please be patient with me. All right, here's our old image. All right, here's the old image. We'll shrink this down a little bit. Once again, guys, thank you. I know you have many choices in Nissan shows, and I do appreciate you flying with Nissan Nation Productions. Your captain is put on the no Z Talk sign. There we go. So that's kind of, I used this last week. It's kind of where they've cleaned up that image a little bit. Do you guys, can y'all still see it, or am I just seeing things? Do you still see the current 370Z in this car? I think the nose looks a little longer, like the classic 280s. And once again, if that nose doesn't, or if that hood doesn't open up backwards, I'm going to be completely disappointed in it. I don't know if there's any safety things or anything about that would cause them not to. Who knows with today's standards and things. But anyways, let's see. Any other questions in here right now? And Z Car Guy, thank you for popping in here. Yes, they announced an unveiling. Yes, let's see. I wish Nissan would drop the Ute on the market. Omar, somebody was hitting me up about the Patrol in the United States today, and I would get to that. Let's see. The Z should be out before 2022. Yes. Will the GTR get a retro look? We, over 2 years ago, had talked about on the podcast that GTR is going away, guys. I was told this. I was told two things. Nissan was looking 2 years ago. They were either going to do away with the Z for a while or GTR. Now we see the Z. GTR, I think, goes away for at minimum 2 years, and they kind of refresh that because it's a heritage or it's a halo car. They don't need it yearly to sell things. Nissan has a history, like with Z, of pulling it off the market for a few years and bringing it back as something new. I do see Nissan eventually going to either a complete EV GTR or a hybrid system for that car, but I think the GTR's gone for a bit, maybe by 2022. Let's see. The throwback badging, Kelly says, is very nice. I agree with that. I do agree with that. The Z never had lose its side of profile. Lost on that one. Let's see. Yeah, the roofline. Yeah, definitely the roofline is there. But, you know, the 350, 370Zs always were cool. They did keep some of that old heritage in that roofline already. Let's see. Final edition is 22. Let's see. Her rumor, those 20 something units are 400. Oh, what are we talking about? I'm lost. Let's see. GTR goes away. I think they need to bring back the Silvia. I would agree. I think something like the Silvia in this market would be fun, but I think in the car world we live in anymore, Yes, Joe Taylor, I did read that about the GTR. I think the car world where we live in now. Oh, don't tell me that. Don't tell me that, Spencer, that the hood is going to open normal. You're killing me, man. And I assume it does, but I'm holding out hope. Where was I just going to see? Oh, the car market, the world we live in with nobody wanting cars, I just don't see them bringing a bunch of sporty cars to the United States. Plus, two-doors are hard to sell anymore. Z Car Guide says, was excited to see you live. You guys make great videos. Any chance we will be at ZCon in Nashville next week? I'm trying. I've talked to their head honcho about trying to cover some of the stuff. Honestly, part of the problem with ZCon was I put on the offer, kind of what ZCon is for Z's. I put on an off-road event in East Tennessee that starts right when ZCon was wrapping up. So my day job, they don't like me taking off so much, but I'm going to try to be for some of the ZCon stuff. Yes. I'd like to, I think they're doing Spencer may know better, but I think they were planning on doing a leave out either Saturday or Sunday from HQ where everybody leaves out. But I do want a Z Car Guide. If you're there and you see me, hit me up, man. Let's talk. Any other things so far? Am I missing something? Final edition 2022 on the R35, and yes, Motor One says there will be a final edition. Once again, guys, if you guys put a lot of faith in like Motor One and a few of those guys out there, they're so clickbaity. Good luck to you. There was one a few weeks ago where it talked about the Warrior coming back, or it was supposed to be back. It was supposed to be in production in February, and then COVID put it back, and then it was speculating about a V6 in that truck, and I was just like, and it was going around the forums like crazy, and I was just like, oh god, that truck is not being made, much like the IDX is not going to be made. Spencer, let me know when you're going to head up there. I will make sure to be there because I want to come hang with you. Let's see. Joe Taylor says, Dave, did you read about automotive news saying Nissan is on a slippery stair step of incentives again? Yes, I did read that. And Joe, they're trying to move cars right now, man. And, you know, a few things right now are selling well. Cars aren't. And they need to move some trucks. Like, they can't keep Frontiers in stock right now, but anything else, they're having a hard time moving cars. And then, you know, Nissan's also right now stuck between Rogue coming out and the old Rogues. They're trying to move out the final Gen 2 Rogues. I don't know enough about when we had Holden on here. Holden could talk about that stuff in a little better detail than I can. Which I've been reaching out to Holden. I want to get him on one of these live shows. I think you guys would have fun with Holden. Let's see. Rumesh, what's up, buddy? Maybe the base Titan will get a V6. Well, that was supposed to happen by late 2017, Rumesh, and didn't happen. So I think I've told you guys many times, Titan could be on its final few years too if things don't click real quick. If Frontier comes out and doesn't boost Titan sales, there's a death watch for Titan. Let's see. You've got to sell common cars to fund the coupe. That's just business. Yes, I do agree with that. They do need to sell common cars, but the problem with common cars right now is nobody if it's not a crossover, an SUV. Look at the Z. The Z is prime example. It was like 4 years ago. Nissan was toying with the idea of converting the Z into a crossover. And there was more than sketches going around about that car changing, or the Z changing. You know, look at Mitsubishi did it with the Mirage, I think it was. And look at Lamborghini, and none of us probably can afford a Lamborghini. They proved the concept that you can make a sport SUV fun. Nissan could move something like that. I think in Nissan's eyes, though, that they have something in that with Aria coming up, that it will be sort of their what is the Lamborghini? It's, dude, I get on these live chats and my brain goes haywire. But these coupes, they're getting harder and harder to sell. That's, Supra, BMW Supra is still, it's not moving, like they're not moving high volumes of that car. The initial, every YouTuber out there wanted to get one to be the first to do something to it. Whether it be the Stradman or any of these guys, they all want to be the first to do it. And I've told you on the All Terrain Nation show, if you guys don't, go over to All Terrain Nation and hit that subscribe button. It helps a lot. In a month, we've gained 220 some subs over there. I want to hit 1,000 subs by the end of the year, basically, and have that channel monetized. And to do it, I'm making the videos. I just need you guys to hit subscribe and watch some of those videos. But it's the crossover, sport crossover. I can see cases for that, but cars like this. Andrew was saying at one point they were selling 3,000 a month. I'd have to look at that, Andrew. I find it hard to believe they were selling that many. And cars like this, I just don't see cars like this ever going over 1,500, 2,000 ever a month till sports cars get popular again. I just don't see. I get super excited by Zs and stuff like this, and I can't wait to drive one and maybe own one. But they, especially if it's a coupe, two-door cars especially are so hard to sell right now. Altima. They backed the Altima. They did a little two-door version of the Altima. It was fun looking. It was very G35-ish. But they're just not fun unless you do a rear-wheel drive car like this or all-wheel drive. And this kind of leads me to my next thing with Z. Or my final kind of thought. So the Redline, you can get the Infiniti Redline in an all-wheel drive car. Does Z go all-wheel drive at some point? Do they do an option? Do they do a Nismo all-wheel drive version of this car? I'm curious of you guys' opinions of that. And when I leave that question to you, I'll get to Joe Taylor says, but why is the kicks in the Heisman ad? Once again, Joe, I think you know my feelings on Nissan's ad placement. Why is Nissan paying for Heisman commercials when there's no college football this year? There's a handful of teams that say they're going to play, but I haven't heard of any college teams playing yet. Not that I've paid a lot of attention to that, but why is Nissan funding a Heisman ad campaign right now when there's probably not going to be a Heisman trophy this year? I don't know. I think those commercials are fun, Joe. But at no point do I see those doing anything for Nissan, sadly. Let's see. Arthur says big hit right now is sport trucks and SUVs. I would agree, and I think that's why Nissan needs the Nismo Frontier more than ever, the one that we've potentially shown. Let's see. Nissan needs to sponsor someone in the PGA. I don't know about that. I think that's more Infiniti's territory, Joe. 370Z, and young Andrew says 370Z has never done those numbers comparable to the 350Z. 370Z also popped, Andrew, at a bad time. Like right when it comes out, we go through the collapse of the economy. Mr. Sunglass there says, let's keep it light. Herman says, then it would be a baby R35. Is there enough R35 on the market to buy one used? You can go to your Facebook Marketplace and you can find a bunch of R35s. I've seen them anywhere from 40 to 60K all day long. But if Nissan is going to do away with GTR for a few years, that leaves the door open for an all-wheel drive tech. And once again, like I said, Nissan loves to dump their older tech into these cars. Why not? I know there's it would be a precedent set to do it because Z's always been rear-wheel drive, but they have the tech there. It's basically the same platform. I don't know. I do like all-wheel drive cars though. I'm super pumped at the idea of all-wheel drive, but once again, for sports cars, I get it. There's a classic. You want to peel out and burn rubber and drift, especially this car. This car too. You guys are going to see it on every drift podcaster, YouTuber, whatever, you're gonna see it everywhere drifting around, man. If it's a hoss, and I can't wait to. That is one thing I can't wait to see until they start just beating them up. And I hate seeing these guys drift these cars and just they purposely go by. Not Adam LZ. I forget the other one of the guys, the little drifter guys that went and bought a Nismo. Or no, it was just a basic 370Z. It had been crashed or something, and it looked good or it had water damage, and he's just beat the crap out of that poor car. I hate to see that, but I understand it's their hobby. Any final questions before we kind of wrap this thing up tonight? I want to say thank you to all 20 plus people. I forget, I hadn't kept a good eye on the numbers tonight, but next week Danny will be back. So you Danny fans out there, no. DeGrudex will be back. Danny right now is he's out racing. He's in Texas, El Paso, if I remember right. I was supposed to be there and just didn't want to go, honestly. But he met our buddy Daniel out there, and they're doing some desert racing this weekend. So I know Danny he on his DeGrudex channel he dropped a video. Kind of showing him pre-run in some rental cars, which was kind of funny. Danny's in action suit group form this weekend, so that should be nuts. Thank you, Joe Taylor, for the great show comment. Omar, I had fun. Thank you, sir. Let's see. Where that should have been the Juke. Let's see. Pulsar GTIR base. Yeah, the Juke had the potential with its all-wheel drive system for something fun if they could have put a manual transmission in it or not the CVT. But my feelings on Juke have always been that Juke played in that territory they didn't want it to play in. It was should have been in between Rogue and Versa sorta, or Versa Note, and it was too much horsepower. It overpowered Rogue, and it made Rogue. I don't know. It was a weird thing, and it was also a price thing. It was like Nissan loves this every $1,000 increment to step up. If you ever look at their retail pricing, the way they step up in increments, it's a weird game they play with that, and it's a game that I don't know or understand. Agent Hutchins #save Went. Went's still going. Well, Went official's not going on, but I will be there Friday. So if you're going to be at Went. And if those that don't know, Wheeling Enthusiast of Nissan Trucks is what that stands for. It's an off-road event that I put on each year. Due to COVID, we did the official cancel, but a lot of people are still going. I'm going to have the Juke over there. Maybe we'll go do some rallying in the Juke around some of the dirt roads. But the Juke is it's getting some new wheels and tires, guys. I picked them up over at Went. I'm super pumped about that. I got some lowering springs for the Juke. I'm going to try to get, I've got a mid-pipe for the Juke. I'm going to try to get on this weekend, depending. And the Juke's going to have a lot of fun. It's not the most popular videos that we do, but I have a lot of fun doing it. And the people that love that Juke have a lot of fun with it. The real question, Agent Hutchins, is Aria will be the new Leaf. I think Leaf dies. I think they kill off Leaf. Will Z1 get into EV tech with that Aria? That's the real question. But Went is unofficial going on. It's next Sunday, not this coming Sunday, but the next Sunday till the next Saturday night. I will be over there in 2 weeks, Friday night and Saturday, because I want to see some of my off-road buddies. And see what Agent Hutchins, if he's going to be at Went, see if he's at Windrock Park, see if he's I want to see that Titan swap Frontier he's got going on, and his buddy, if it's his Xterra, see what's up with that. Let's see. What day is the Z coming out, Car Jeep? It is September 15th in the United States, September 16th in Japan. So they've kind of scheduled the reveal so it works out for it's 7:30 our time. You can go to Nissan's YouTube channel, and I'm gonna try to do a live with you where we talk about it when they're revealing it. I'm gonna try to do a live thing with that. So if you guys want to join in on that and spread the word that something fun's gonna happen, I would appreciate that. Let's see. There you go, Z Car Guide. September 15th, 7:30 Central Time. Write it down. Car Jeep, you have everybody has a modern phone with a, if you're an Apple guy, there's iCalendar. Put it in there, bro. It's so easy anymore. Let's see. Oh, yeah, Andrew, I want to see the new Sentra, man. Young intern Andrew picked him up a new Sentra, and it looks really good. And good for you, sir. I'm glad that you got out of college, got you a job, and things are going well for you, even though we do miss you on here. Joe Taylor says he will join the live. Good, man. We'll try to, maybe we can do some cross promotion there, Joe Taylor, and get some excitement going for that. Because I think it would be fun to do we can listen to what they're going to say, but I think at the end of the day, just seeing the car is going to be enough for us. So, Car Jeep uses a whiteboard. Dude, Z-Car Guide, this is a Nissan channel, man. I am here to promote Nissan products, or whatever you do. Everybody go subscribe to Z-Car Guide. I don't know what he does, but I will subscribe right after we hang up here, and check your channel out. And I love, guys, once again, this is a passion. Could the Nissan Nation Productions ever be a full-time job? I would like it to be, but that's why we also started All Terrain Nation. So if you go to All Terrain Nation, hit that subscribe button. That channel has the potential to let me do this full-time, which is the end-all, be-all of it. And help me get that channel going. And but I love cross-pollinating Z-Car Guide. That's why Joe Taylor's thing. I love talking about people just doing fun things. Once again with Z1, it's not paid product. Just wearing this shirt was because I wanted to. There's nothing that I've put on my channel that I was paid to do. So if you hear me talking about a company on one of these live chats, it's because I've personally had dealings with them, and I enjoy if somebody treats me well, they're going to treat the nation well. So that's why I like doing that. And let's see, Car Jeep, you better subscribe. Car Jeep, what are you doing, man? I want to feature your truck over there sometime. And for those that don't know, Car Jeep, we featured his truck on this channel. It's Danny did a ride along and drive of it. It's been several months ago, but it's very popular. Let's see, any other final things? Sleep Work, do you have an Insta? I want to see your new Sentra. Let's see, Dave, you are a genuine. Thank you, sir. I really like. I do that one was done to make this a full-time job. This one, like, once again, if that one could be a full-time job, I would do it, but they just don't do enough to keep the channel. Makes a little bit of money, and I've been very honest with the channel. We make maybe $5 a day on this channel, other than when you guys do the super chats and stuff, which we greatly appreciate. About $250 to $80 a month is what this channel makes right now. So I can't live on that, but I would love to be able to. So anyways, guys, let's see. Dave is sponsored by Monster and Domino's. Well, tonight we are sponsored by a good whiskey. You know what that means, guys. So from all things Nissan here in Middle Tennessee, I'd like to say to the west coast of LA, but Danny's not here right now. And Danny, be safe out there if you get to watch this. Have a good race. Have fun. I think Danny's actually going to get to drive. So some. And Monster, I'm looking for you. I really am. I just want a little cooler back here. Be right in that corner. Just this Monster Energy. I'll put my own Monster in it. So from all things Nissan here in Middle Tennessee to wherever you are watching around the globe, this has been your Nissan Nation. And we are what, guys? We're out. Peace, everybody. See y'all Sunday. All Terrain Nation's live on Sundays. And come join us. It's going to be fun. And we might talk F1